Hi, I'm David Barnett, talking to you from West Hampstead underground, rather overground station. You probably recognise me as the author of a quadruple page article in the latest issue of the Insatiable Ones fan magazine, in which I describe in great detail the link between pop music and psychogeography. But as well as being a writer, psychogeographer, historian and tour guide, I'm also, of course, a runner. Welcome to this week's episode of David Barnett's Great British Parkrun Journeys. You can just hear the sound of our overground train arriving. So join me now as we aboard this 7:36 train to Richmond. Welcome to this week's episode of David Barnett's Great British Parkrun Journeys. Alight with me now at Gunnersbury, home of a previous parkrun journey, but our journey this week is far from over. Join me now aboard the H91. Hi, I'm David Barnett, talking to you from right beside the Great West Road, the escape route from London that leads westwards to Heathrow and the countryside. We've crossed the Grand Union Canal, past the evil empires of GlaxoSmithKline, Homebase and so on, and our next challenge is to cross the dual carriageway.
The candles are lit, the tea is just sitting, my diary's open, the girls on the wall.
Osterley Park and House, National Trust property and home of this week's Great British Parkrun Journey. Just a very short run from the bus stop and across the dual carriageway, and here we are already. I believe it's still quite a trek to get to the start, but there's this handy map here which tells me you're here and there, and I believe we need to get to here, Osterley House itself, which, if I'm not mistaken, was actually the location of the Day of the Daleks, when the evil Daleks from the future, originating from Scarrow, had conquered the Earth in something like 2172 and had to travel back in time to Osterley House or similar in order to assassinate Sir Reginald Styles in order to trigger a Third World War, which would then enable them to conquer the Earth in the future. Fascinating little glimpse of future history there. And just look at that magnificent sight, Osterley House itself, the centre point of Osterley Parkrun. I believe this once belonged to the Child family, the great banking dynasty who triggered off our reliance on the financial industry. That is the cause of so many of our woes today. But it does look like quite a nice gaff. So I've now got half an hour in which to find the lavatories. Well, excellent lavatorial facilities there. Another plus point in what's already shaping up to be a quite special parkrun. We can see this nice clock tower behind us. Not sure what the significance of that is. I believe it's probably for telling the time.
You are our television. You are
Hi, I'm David Barnett, talking to you from the finish line at Osterley Parkrun in Osterley House and Park, National Trust property on the western fringes of London. One stretch through a kind of channel with hedges on either side, and unfortunately the motorway on the other side of the hedge, which was deafening. But other than that, idyllic, really beautiful ponds, lovely bit of woodland which felt like a magical woodland glade towards the end, which really put a spring in my step. A little bit of drizzle coming in now, which actually was quite welcome because it's remarkably warm today, about 8 degrees compared with 1 degree last week when we were slipping and sliding on the ice. And you can still see quite a lot of the amateur fun runners finishing quite a long way behind me there.
This is a house.